Okay. Radhe Radhe, welcome to the greatest festival for Vaishnavas, especially Gaudiya Vaishnavas. It's Radha Rani's appearance day. Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. And we are slightly late. And, with ladies, they have to get ready. Radha Rani is the source of all sources. There's a bit delay like that. But we are ready now. We're going straight to the temple to start the arati. And we have loads of people singing today. They're really excited. They want to glorify Radha Rani. Immediately after arti, there's a Prabhupada video for 10 minutes. And then Gurbani and Nimai are going to sing. Then Shraddha Devi. Then Mrs. Roy. Titiksha. Ishani. There's a video children have done. And there's a video I've done that is called Radharani Maharani. And then there'll be church at 8:35. We've invited Raghupati Prabhu to talk about, Radharani, and Vidhu Prabhu will join us. After the chat at 9:15, Alpa will be singing. And then we have our local Vinod Agrawal, that's Pujari Dev. He's going to sing something. And then Guru Sevak at 9:35. And we will be cutting the cake at the end of the program. So it's going to be great. The altar looks absolutely brilliant. Let's go straight away to the temple and start the arati. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam.
Shiva Jayo Jaya Gorachande Arati Shobha Janavi Tatavani Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosadigaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosadigaya Sanjaya Nitya Gura Hari Bo Bahuputi Chandraji Agano Ujjwala Bharati Sevana Mala Kore Jalamala Bharati Sevana Mala Kore Jalamala Shiva Shukana Radha Bhagati Vinoda Deke Gorara Sampada Bhagati Vinoda Deke Gorara Sampada Shivajayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Shobha Janavi Tatavani Jagamanaloba Janavi Tatavani Jagamanaloba Gorangera Roti Shobha Jagajanamana Gorangera Roti Shobha Jagajanamana 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 Nitai Gora Hari Go, Hari Go, Hari Go, Nitai Gora Hari Go, 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 Hari Go. Namayo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Pinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Guravayi Prakarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Visadari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura-bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jagannath Swami Nayana Pattagami Nayana Pattagami Bhavotuni Jagannath Swami Nayana Pattagami Nayana Pattagami Bhavotuni Nilachala Chandra Swami Jagannath Nilachala Madhava Pyare Jagannath Nilachala Swami Jagannath Nilachala Madhava Pyare Jagannath He Baladev Subhadra He Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Nityajam Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Nityajam Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Nityajam Jaya Satchinandana Jaya Nityajam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Guru Maharaj Jaya Guru Maharaj Jaya Guru Maharaj Jaya Guru Maharaj Nita Guru Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nita Guru Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Divine Grace, AC Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj, Prabhupada ki Jai, Very Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Shri Satyananda Tai Chan ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki Jai, Shri Radha Raman, Shri Manima, Shri Madhusudan Shri Giri Raj ki Jai, Shri Shri प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री द्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद जय भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय नामाचार्य विदास ठाकुर की जय हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जय संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय ISKCON Coventry यात्रा की जय वर्ल्ड वाइड यात्रा की जय प्रेमानंद बोल राधा रानी जन्म महोत्सव की जय राधा श्री महोत्सव की जय राधे जय हो I think nothing else. I left my phone at home, so I'm going to. We can do at the end, I think. We can do it at the end. Okay, but I don't have the names. If somebody else is...
They know the names. If anybody is doing it.
That was wonderful, Aarti. So the names, we're going to do sing of the prayer. So Anil will be singing that. So departed soul, Lawrence Chin Brown, leaders like His Holiness Jayapatak Swami, Lokanath Swami, and other ISKCON gurus and leaders, and all the devotees who take care of the leaders. So let's pray for them. Locally, Pradeep Pankhania and daughter Reena, Lucky Roy, Rudra Datta, Varahamurthy, Vinapani, and Shanti Chalanki, Vidusmasi, Vijay Patel, Premanjri, Shraddha Devi, Nain Manjri, Srimati Vijay Malan, Premalan, Gaurahari's mother, John, Devinder, Kishore Bhai Takrar, other devotees suffering around the world, general well-being of the whole world, and look after our baby Radha Rani. She's just been born. So let's sing their prayers. So Anil Prabhu, over to you. Jai Ho. So Lord Nrsingadev ki Jai. It was a silent prayer. You know, usually you go to some place that said 2 minutes silence. So we had 2 minutes silence. I don't know why Anil couldn't come on. You know, there was a thing scrolling around the screen. So sorry, Anil. I'm sure you sang. So thank you very much. So now we have a lovely video of Srila Prabhupada talking about Radha Ashtami. It's longer than 10 minutes. It's 14, but we'll watch it for about 10 minutes. And let's see. And then after Srila Prabhupada's video, we have Gurbani and Nimai. They sang beautifully on Sunday. I want them to sing the same kirtan, you know, it's to do with Radha Rani. They're really, really maturing beautifully. Well done. So now over to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Ho.
Now, today is our Radha Ashtami ceremony. I must speak now something about Radha Rani, and then I shall go up, reach my apartment at 12. In the meantime, you can observe the ceremonies. So for Radha Rani, today is the birthday of Srimati Radha Rani. Radha Rani is the pleasure potency of Krishna. Krishna is the supreme Brahma. Just try to understand. Krishna is the supreme Brahma, Param Brahma, Paramadhava, Pavitram Paramam Bhava. So, when Parabrahma wants to enjoy That enjoying spirit is there in the Parabrahma. Otherwise, we cannot have this enjoying spirit. Because we are part and parcel. Therefore, we have got that enjoying spirit. But it is materially contaminated. But the fact is there. Because Krishna is enjoying. This enjoying spirit we have got also, but I do not know how to enjoy. We are trying to enjoy in the matter, in the dull matter. That is spiritual. So, Brahma Sukhanubhutya, people are trying to feel what is Brahma Sukha, pleasure, a Brahmanubhava. That is not material pleasure. So many yogis, they have given up their family life, their kingdom, and meditating to achieve that Brahma pleasure. Actually, the idea is Brahma pleasure. So many brahmacharis, so many sannyasis, they are trying to achieve that Brahma pleasure, and in order to achieve that Brahma pleasure, they are neglecting, they are kicking off all this material pleasure. Do you think that Brahma pleasure is ordinary, this material pleasure? To achieve a portion of Brahma pleasure, if they are kicking off all this material pleasure, don't talk of ourselves, we are ordinary men. We are in the history, we have got instances that Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj, under whose name this planet is called Bharatvarsh. That Bharat Maharaj was the emperor of the whole world. And as emperor, he had his beautiful wife, young children, but at the age of 24 years, just young man, he gave up everything. This is very old story, of course, but you know, Lord Buddha, he was also a prince. He was also a prince, not ordinary man. And he was Kshatriya, and he was always enjoying with beautiful women. That is the palace pleasure custom in Oriental countries. Then in the palace there are many beautiful girls that are always dancing and giving pleasure to the king and the prince. So Lord Buddha was also in such pleasure, but he gave up everything and began to meditate. There are many hundreds of instances in Indian history that to realize the Brahma pleasure, they gave up everything. They gave up everything. That is the way. Tapasya means voluntarily accepting something severe for realizing the supreme pleasure. That is called tapasya. So, if for tasting a little Brahma pleasure, all materialistic pleasures are to be given up. Do you think that the Supreme Brahma, Lord Krishna, is enjoying this material pleasure? Is it very reasonable? This Krishna is enjoying Lakshmi Sahasra Sato Sammama Sebumanam. Hundreds and thousands of goddess of fortune are engaged in his service. Do you think these Lakshmis are material women? How Krishna can take pleasure in the material woman? No, this is mistake. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitavi Savijya Eva Nijarupataya Kalavi. In the Brahma Samhita I find that he expands his Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, the mela of transcendental pleasure potency. And these gopis are expansion of his pleasure potency, and Radha Rani is the center. Radha Rani is the center. So Radha Rani is not, don't take that Radha Rani is an ordinary woman like we are, our wife, our sister, our mother. No. She is the pleasure potency. And the birth of Radha Rani was not from the womb of any human being. She was found by her father in the field, while his father was plowing, he saw one little nice child is lying there, and he had no children, so he caught it and presented to the queen. Oh, here we have got a very nice child. How you gone? In the field. Jai Sri Radha Rani's Janma is like that. So this Janma is today, and Radha, this name is sometimes not found in Bhagavat. So, some men protest that Radha Rani's name is not in the Srimad Bhagavatam. How this name came, Radha Rani? But they do not know how to see it. There is Anaya Radhate. There are many gopis, but there is mentioned that by this particular gopi he is served more pleasingly. Krishna accepts this gopi's service more gladly. Anaya Radhate. Aradhate. This Aradhate, this word, Aradhate means worshipping. From this word Aradhate, Radha has come. But Radha's name are there in other Puranas. This is the origin. The Radha and Krishna. Krishna is enjoyer, and he wants to enjoy. So he is a supreme Brahma, that he cannot enjoy anything. Atmanam, he can enjoy in himself. Therefore, Radharani is the expansion of his pleasure potency. Krishna hasn't got to seek external things for his pleasure. No, he is in himself full. Atmanam. So, Radharani is the expansion of Krishna. Krishna is the energetic, and Radharani is the energy. Just energy and energetic, you cannot separate. Fire and the heat, you cannot separate. Wherever there is fire, there is heat. And wherever there is heat, there is fire. Similarly, wherever there is Krishna, there is Radha. And wherever there is Radha, there is Krishna. They are inseparable. But he is enjoying. So, Sarup Damodar Goswami has described this intricate philosophy of Radha and Krishna in one verse, very nice verse. Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikiti Alhadini Sattirasma Ekatmana Bapi Bhuvi Deho Bhedu Gatoto. So, Radha and Krishna is the one supreme. But in order to enjoy, they are divided into two. Again, Lord Chaitanya joins the two into one. Chaitanya Prakatamuduna. That one means Krishna in the ecstasy of Radha. Sometimes Krishna is in ecstasy of Radha. Sometimes Radha is in ecstasy of Krishna. This is going on. But the whole thing is Radha and Krishna means the one, the supreme. So Radha Krishna philosophy is a very great philosophy. It is to be understood in the liberated state. Radha Krishna philosophy is not to be understood in the conditioned state. But when we worship Radha Krishna in our conditional state, actually we worship Lakshmi Narayana. You have seen that picture. There is Vidhi Marga and Radha Marga. Radha Krishna worship is on the platform of pure love. And Lakshmi Narayana worship is on the regulative principle. So long we do not develop our pure love, we have to worship on the regulative principle. One has to become a brahmachari, one has to become a sannyasi, one has to perform the worship in this way. In the morning he has to rise, he has to offer. So many rules and regulations. There are at least 64 rules and regulations. So we shall introduce them gradually as you develop. So in the Vidhi Marga, When you have no love for God or Krishna, we have to follow the regulative principle and automatically just practicing and practicing. Just like you practice this mridanga playing, in the beginning it is not in order, but when you become well versed in the practice, the sound will come so nice. Similarly, when we are engaged by regulative principle in the worship of Radha Krishna, that is called Vidhi Marga.
Wow, Srila Prabhupada is amazing. I mean, when Srila Prabhupada went to America, he understood all this. It's not that he was developing himself. Complete package, but we weren't ready. So he released philosophy like we're not this body, and then all this other idea about God being a person. And look at that, Radha Krishna. Prabhupada is just coming with the philosophy and Siddhanta so nicely. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. We don't understand even now, after all these years, we don't understand the statements you're making. So bless us that we can do that. Bless everyone so they can understand who Radha Krishna is. Radha Rani is not ordinary woman. So that's a bold statement. And our practice is Aishwarya. So we are worshipping, even if it's Radha Krishna deity, is Lakshmi Narayan. So we have to develop this spontaneous love for Radha Krishna. And then you'll be able to love Radha Krishna. So we're hoping for that bhakti, prema bhakti. And when that comes, we'll be able to pass it on to others. So now we must move on. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. It's Gurbani and Jayanimai. So we repeat of the Sunday. That was a lovely kirtan. So Jayanimai, you ready now? Yes. And Gurbani, you ready? So let's hear it. Jai Haripal.
Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri Radhe Pushpanu Dulari Radhe 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 Vishwanu Dulari Radhe 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 Pushpanu Dulari Radhe 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 Vishwanu Dulari Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri 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 Radhe 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 Radhe Vishwanu Dulari Radhe 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 Jai Jai Sri Radhe Radhe Radhe
Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. What a start. What a wonderful start by our young devotees. That was amazing. Gurbani, really getting expert with how to build up the energy. And I love your Mata Shri at the back. She was picking it up and I was making a Pita Shri. He's at work, I'm sure. But thank you very much. Blessings from Radha Rani to all of you. And thank you for joining. And so we look forward to what else you got. Maybe some of the other programs. I think the children did some video for Radha Ashtami, so maybe we'll be seeing you on the videos, perhaps. Okay, there we go. So next is Shraddha Devi all the way to Rugby. So hope the internet problems have gone away because earlier on we were experiencing some from Rugby. So hope Shraddha Devi is ready. I wonder what she's got in store. Jai Ho, Radhe Radhe. Jai Sri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to glorify Radha Rani?
Yes, I'll try my best. And I hope
Badai ho, badai ho.
Radha ji will accept this little small prayer
Jai
along with all the devotees. Then
Thank
not
you.
all devotees. Happy Radha Ashtami to everyone.
Happy Janmashtami. Jai.
मेरी छोटी सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, मेरी छोटी सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, प्यारी लागे, सबसे प्यारी लागे, प्यारी लागे, सबसे प्यारी लागे, मेरी छोटी सी, मेरी नन्ही सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, मेरी नन्ही सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, छोटी सी किशोरी की बड़ी बड़ी अखियाँ, छोटी सी किशोरी सिर पे गुलाबी चुनर साजे, सिर पे गुलाबी चुनर साजे। मेरी छोटी सी, मेरी नन्ही सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, मेरी नन्ही सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे। रंग रंगीली छैल छबीली, रंग रंगीली छैल छबीली, रूप रसीली अति अलबेली, रूप रसीली अति रसीली। ये तो चंदर कोटि, ये तो चंदर कोटि सबसे उजियारा लागे, ये तो कोटि चंदर उजियारी लागे। मेरी नन्ही सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे। ब्रजेश्वरी राधे, राजेश्वरी राधे, ब्रजेश्वरी राधे, राजेश्वरी राधे, परिपूर्ण राधे, परमेश्वरी राधे, परिपूर्ण राधे, राजेश्वरी राधे। तो तीनों ही, ये तो तीनों ही लोगों से न्यारी लागे, ये तो तीनों ही लोगों से न्यारी लागे। मेरी छोटी सी, मेरी छोटी सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, मेरी छोटी सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे। वृषभान की दुलारी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, वृषभान की दुलारी बड़ी प्यारी लागे। तीरथ मैया की सुखवाई बड़ी प्यारी लागे, तीरथ मैया की दुलारी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, प्यारी लागे, हमसे न्यारी लागे, प्यारी लागे, जग से न्यारी लागे। मेरी छोटी सी, मेरी नन्ही सी, मेरी छोटी सी किशोरी प्यारी लागे, मेरी छोटी सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे। बधाई हो, बधाई हो, बधाई हो, बधाई, बधाई हो, बधाई हो, बधाई हो, बधाई। बाबा को बधाई हो, बाबा को बधाई, बाबा को बधाई हो, मैया को बधाई, मैया को बधाई हो, सब भक्तन को बधाई हो, भक्तन को बधाई, सारे भक्तन को बधाई। मेरी छोटी सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे, मेरी नन्ही सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे। मेरी लाडो रानी सबसे न्यारी लागे, मेरी लाडो रानी सबसे न्यारी लागे, मेरी नन्ही सी किशोरी बड़ी प्यारी लागे। जय जय श्री राधे।
Jai Sri Radhe, that was wonderful. I mean, our baby Krishna looks so beautiful. Really dressed up nicely, and we've had this baby for so long, and every time Radha Ashtami, she looks even better every year. So well done. I think Jai Radhe looks after her. So that was wonderful, bhajan. And now we'd like to move on to Mrs. Roy, and I hope she's ready in the wing. So it's always a pleasure to hear Mrs. Roy. Mrs. Roy, बधाई हो, जय जय श्री राधे।
श्री राधे।
आप गाइए, आज आप उत्सव में गाइए और स्तुति कीजिए राधा रानी की।
थुक्तु कांचन गौरांगी राधे विश्वानुसुत देवी प्रणामी
हरि प्रिय। जय हो।
जय जय राधे, जय कृष्ण, जय वृंदावन, जय जय राधे, जय कृष्ण, जय वृंदावन। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन, श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन। जय जय राधे, জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন শ্যাম কুণ্ড রাধা কুণ্ড গিরি গোবর্ধন শ্যাম কুণ্ড রাধা কুণ্ড গিরি গোবর্ধন কালিন্দী যমুনার জয় জয় মহাবল কালিন্দী যমুনার জয় জয় মহাবল জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন খেক্সি ঘাট বংশী বট দ্বাদশ কানন খেসি ঘাট বংশী বট দ্বাদশ কানন যাহা সব লীলা কইল শ্রীনন্দের নন্দন যাহা সব লীলা কইল শ্রীনন্দের নন্দন শ্রীনন্দ যশোদার জয় জয় গোপগণ শ্রীনন্দ যশোদার জয় জয় গোপগণ শ্রীদামাদি জয় জয় ধেনু বর্ষগণ শ্রীদা আদি জয় জয় ধেনু বর্ষগণ জয় বিশ্ববানু জয় কীর্তিদা সুন্দরী জয় বিশ্ববানু জয় কীর্তিদা সুন্দরী জয় পূর্ণমাসী জয় আবর নাগরী জয় পূর্ণমাসী জয় আবর নাগরী জয় জয় গোপেশ্বর বৃন্দাবন মাঝে জয় জয় গোপেশ্বর বৃন্দাবন মাঝে জয় জয় কৃষ্ণ সখা বটুরি দ্বিজ রাধে জয় জয় কৃষ্ণ সখা বটুরা দ্বিজ রাজ জয় জয় রাম কাট জয় রোহিণীর নন্দন জয় জয় রাম কাট জয় রোহিণীর নন্দন জয় জয় বৃন্দাবনবাসী যত জয় জয় বৃন্দাবাসী যত বাসী জয় দ্বিজ পত্নী নাগ কন্যাগণ জয় জয় দ্বিজ পত্নী নাগ কন্যাগণ বকতি যাহাতে পাইল গোবিন্দের চরণ বকতিতে যাহা পাইল গোবিন্দের চরণ শ্রীরাস মণ্ডলের জয় জয় রাধা শ্যাম শ্রীরাস মণ্ডলী জয় জয় রাধা শ্যাম জয় জয় রাস লীলা সর্ব মনোরম জয় জয় রাস লীলা সর্ব মনোরম জয় জয় রাধে জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন শ্রীচাষ মণ্ডলী জয় জয় রাধা শ্যাম শ্রীরাধা মণ্ডলী জয় জয় রাধা শ্যাম জয় জয় রাস লীলা সর্ব মনোরম জয় জয় উজ্জ্বল রস সর্ব রহস্যসার জয় জয় উজ্জ্বল রস সর্ব রহস্যসার poro kiraba bejar brojero prochar poro kiraba bejar brojete prochar Chiram nobir pado pode করিয়া শরণ জাহ্নবীর পাদ পদে করিয়া শরণ দীন কৃষ্ণ দাসে কয় রাম সংকীর্তন দীন কৃষ্ণ দাসে কয় রাম সংকীর্তন হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন জয় রাধে জয় কৃষ্ণ জয় বৃন্দাবন রাধে 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 জয় শ্রী রাধে 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 वृंदावन में राधे राधे मथुरा मन में राधे राधे जो श्री राधे 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 हरे कृष्ण
Jai Ho Mataji. That was beautiful. Radhe, 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 Radhe. Kya masti, kya anand. Beautiful, beautiful. See, you're a wonderful devotee. No mardanga, no cymbals, but rasa, plenty of rasa, rasagulla.
Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. अच्छा, अभी next item होगा. थोड़ा late हो रहे हम. We're a little late, so I'll have to go on to the next devotee. Is that okay?
Okay.
Is that all right? Because we're running late. So otherwise, I would have allowed a little bit more time. Thank you. That was gorgeous. That was wonderful. Radha Rani ki jai ho. Yeah, wonderful. So that was Mrs. Roy. She is from Coventry, but she enjoys her bhakti like nobody else. And she is on her own and she's always joyful. I mean, that's amazing. Now, going from Mrs. Roy to little Radha Rani Dasi, and that's the Tiksha, all the way to Solihull. So I hope she's ready. So I don't know what she's going to sing. And no, Tiksha is ready. Tiksha, you ready? Yes? Can I hear you?
Hare Krishna.
You look very nice. So are you ready to glorify Radha Rani?
Yes,
Are you going to do on your own or do you have help?
together.
On your own?
Together.
Oh, together. Okay, very good. Nice. Unity is nice. Family unity. Okay, away you go. I hope they can all sing with you because you really sing high, transcendentally high. Okay, here we go.
Jayati Tedikam Janmanavaja Jayati
Nagal go
विकलसाधितो विश्वगुप्तये सकलदेवा साधनाकुले वेदासिताभयं विष्णुकृते शरणमीयुषा संस्कृते भया करसरोरुहं कान्तकामदं श्रीरसिदेहिना श्रीकराग्रहम् व्रजजनाट्यहन् वीरयोषिता निजजनस्मया कंसनस्मिता भज सखे भवा किङ्करीश्वरो जलरुहानम् चारुदर्शया प्रणतगामिना पापकर्षण ऋणचरानुगम् श्रीनिकेतनम् हरिवनार्पितम् ते पदाम्बुजम् कृणुकुचे शृणा कुन्दिर्छया मधुरया गिरा वल्गुवाक्यया पुरामनोज्ञया पुष्करेक्षणा विधिकरीरिमा वीरमुयहि रदरसीदुना तव कथामृतम् तत्जीवनम् अविपरीतम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् ब्रूहि गृह्णन्ति ते भूरिदा जना रहसितं प्रिया प्रेमवीक्षणम् विहरणं च ते ज्ञानमङ्गलम् रहसितं प्रिया गुहाकलो मना शोभयन्ति चलसिया चारयन् पशु हरिरसुन्दरम् श्रावते पदम् शीलधुनाचरे सीदति तीनः परिणतामना कान्तगच्छति दीनापरिचये नीलकुन्दरे वनरुहानम् नेत्रदाभितम् घनरजस्वरम् दर्शयन् मनसि नश्वरम् वीरयच्छसि शतमं चाये रामानसने सर्वयानिगम् सुरातवर्तनम् शोकनाशनम् स्वरितवेणुना सुष्ठुचुम्बिकम् वितरणागवी स्मारणं दुना वितरवीरणा वेदनामृतम् पाठतियातमः नैनिकाननम् गायते नामकर्षताम् कुटीरकुन्तलम् श्रीमुखं जये सुतान्वया बालबान्धवा नन्द्यते अच्युतागणा गतिविलास्तवो गीतमोहिता गीतावयोषिता रहसि संविरम् प्रेषयोदयम् रहसि काननम् प्रेमवीक्षणम् बृहर्षिणो वीक्षदामते भूरि शुभा मुह्यते मना कसा व्यक्तिरञ्जते विजयरञ्जनम् देशमङ्गलम् जजनार्दना तस्मात्मना सजननिर्मिषा सन्निषूदम् यत्ते सुजातचरणाम्बुरुहंस्तनेषु पीताशने प्रियदधि महि गर्गशेषु तेनाटवी मटसि तद्व्यदतेन किं स्वेत् कूर्पादिभिर्भवतीभिर्भवधायुषां नः इति गोप्या प्रायन्त्या पालपन्त्या च चित्रदा रुरुदु सुस्वरं राजन् कृष्णदर्शनलालसा तासामा वीरबुच्चोरी स्वयामना मुकाम्बुजौ पीताम्बरधरस्तकवि साक्षान् मनमता मनमता। राधा महारानी की
जय हो, जय हो, जय जय Sri Radhe. And that was Gopi Geet. The Diksha did very well. Sudarshan did very well. And your parents did very well as well. So thank you. Keep on inspiring us like that. You know, I try to remember this Gopi Geet many times. I only know first two verses by heart. The rest I have to read. But never mind. You know, in my next life, when I'm same age as the Diksha, I'll be able to memorize it. So maybe not this life. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So now over to the temple now. We have our local Vinod Agarwal. And his name is Sachinandan. So hope you're ready, Sachinandan Prabhu. And I don't know what you're going to sing. Oh, there you are. Vinod ji, कैसे आप? ठीक हैं? हाँ, आपका वॉल्यूम थोड़ा कम
है गुरुजी, ज्यादा करूं?
माइक नजदीक रखो. No, नजदीक.
हरे कृष्णा.
Get near the mic. Okay, जय हो, गाइए.
From their side.
राधे राधे.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. With the group fixing the sound from here. Jai Ho Radha Rani ki Jai. राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की गर धूल मिल जाए राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की गर धूल मिल जाए सच कहती हो राधे सच कहती हो राधे तकदीर बदल जाए सच कहती हो राधे तकदीर बदल जाए राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की कर धूल मिल जाए राधे तेरे चरणों की सुनते हैं तेरी रहमत दिन रात बरसती है सुनते हैं तेरी रहमत दिन रात बरसती है एक बूंद जो मिल जाए एक बूंद जो मिल जाए मन की कली खिल जाए राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की गर धूल मिल जाए सच कहती हो राधे तकदीर बदल जाए राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की ये मन बड़ा चंचल है कैसे तेरा भजन करूं ये मन बड़ा चंचल है कैसे तेरा भजन करूं जितना उसे समझाओ जितना उसे समझाओ उतना ही मचल जाए जितना उसे समझाओ उतना ही मचल जाए राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की कर धूल मिल जाए सच कहती हो राधे तकदीर बदल जाए राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की नजरों से गिराना चाहे जितनी सदा रहना नजरों से गिराना चाहे जितनी सदा रहना नजरों से जो गिर जाए नजरों से जो गिर जाए मुश्किल ही संभल पाए नजरों से जो गिर जाए मुश्किल ही संभल पाए राधे तेरे चरणों की श्यामा तेरे चरणों की कर धूल मिल जाए
राधा रानी को कन्हैया बड़ा प्यार हो। विनोद अग्रवाल, कमाल कर दिया आपने। हाँ, बहुत ही सुंदर। And you also look so beautiful. And I like Radha Madhav in between Go Nitai, because Go Nitai will give us Radha Krishna's pyar. So that's very nice arrangement. Well done, Vidhu Prabhu. I don't know where you're finding the energy. That was really, really nice. So now we over to the next item because we're running slightly late. We prepared. It's a video we prepared last night, and hope you all like it, because I like to make a video and a song for the festivals, whichever it is. And it's lovely to be in that mood, and it's a service which I really enjoy, because you have to be creative and also, you know, pull in all the artists around the world who are painting Radha Rani or Krishna, and it's really, really inspirational. So that item is next. It's only 3 minutes long video. And after that, there'll be Charcha. Raghupati should be on. Vidhu will be on. I'll be on. We'll be talking about Radha Rani. Bolo Radha Rani ki Jai. Over to the video now. Jai.
I'll just have something to do.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This is another video. This is coming on soon, yeah.
Madan Mohan Mohani, Madan Mohan Mohani. That's what Radha Rani is. Krishna attracts everyone. She attracts even him. Madan Mohan Mohani. That's what Radha Rani is. Krishna attracts everyone. She attracts even him. Radha Rani, Maharani, is most merciful. Radha Rani, Maharani, is most merciful. Madan Mohan Mohani. That's what Radha Rani is. Krishna attracts everyone. She attracts even him. Yeah. Madan Mohan Mohani. She is sweetness personified. Madan Mohan Mohani. She's a fresh young girl. Madan Mohan Mohani. Her eyes are always moving. Madan Mohan Mohani. Always brightly smiling. Senses all auspicious marks on her body. Can agitate Krishna by her personality. Expert in the art of singing. Speaks very nicely and sweet. Expert in presenting feminine attraction. Is modest and gentle. Is always very merciful. Transcendently cunning. Knows how to dress nicely. Is always shy. Is always respectful. Is always patient. Is very brave. Is enjoyed by Krishna. Is situated on the highest devotional platform. Abode of love of the residents of Gokul. Can give shelter to all kinds of devotees. Always affectionate to superiors and inferiors. Obliged by the dealings of her associates. Greatest among Krishna's girlfriends. Always keeps Krishna under her control. Yeah. Radha Rani, Maharani, is most merciful. Radha Rani, Maharani, is most
Jehu, thank you very much for watching that. The picture wasn't clear. It destroys the videos I do, but never mind. That's why I put it on the WhatsApp so you can all enjoy it. Somehow the streaming, the audio and the video just goes out of sync like that. So in one sense, it spoils it for me, but maybe you're thinking that's the song is okay and the video is all right. But please do check it on the WhatsApp. It's a better way of seeing it. Thank you so much. So now we're ready for Churcha. And I don't know whether Raghupati is on yet, but Vidhu Prabhu, can you come on? We can start some. I think Raghupati is trying to get on. So, Vidhu Prabhu, are you there?
So, sitting same place where Sachinandan was.
Yeah, Raghupati must be trying to get on. I think the production team are trying to get him on. Once he does, we'll start to talk. So we got about some time till 9:15. Or longer. So if you can, first of all, before you start anything, I'd like to thank all the viewers for the ones who donated to Varsana. And I got a call today, and all the names I forwarded to them, and they did Gopal Sahasranam, and there were 11 Brahmins who did it. And they read the names of all the people who donated in front of Radha Rani in Varsana. And they did that. And then later on, they had the Chapan Bhog. That was Abhishek, then Chapan Bhog. And he gave it to all public. And he said, went down very well. And he's personally sent me a video thanking everyone. So I can forward that. So thank you once again for giving towards this incredible festival in Varsana. And don't forget to contribute towards the Coventry one as well. And get blessings of baby Radha Rani. So now over to Vidhu Prabhu. Vidhu Prabhu, I mean, compared to Janmashtami, how do you always feel towards Radha Ashtami? I mean, what are your kind of feelings?
First share with us, and there's 2 occasions when we have the same sense. One is Janmashtami, one is Diwali.
Yes.
And we have, as devotees, we feel that the Janmashtami festival is where we have to attend to the public. Although not so much this time, but generally you have to attend to the public, look after them. So many turn up. And so for Radhashmi, very much less of the public turns up. And for the devotees, it's a very, very sweet festival. Very sweet. And similarly to Diwali, there's a lot of focus on the public. But the next day, Govardhan Puja is for the devotees, and it's so sweet. So sweet.
So well said. I mean, Janmashtami is popular all over the world, and Radha Ashtami, hardly anybody around the world, apart from ISKCON centers and Gaudiya Vaishnavas, and it's a big thing. But even in Bharat, I find when we're there, unless you're in the area of Vrindavan, Radha Ashtami is kind of missed. And for us, to me, it's a crime. It's a crime that Radha Rani is bholi, but she is the prime. Of all the goddesses and demi-goddesses, she is the most powerful, and yet she presents herself so gentle. And I made this video on the qualities of Radha Rani. She's very grave, very gentle, very shy, very respectful. These are very, qualities of a beautiful, controlled person who is merciful, doesn't have to prove themselves. And yet the whole public, even in Bharat, doesn't warm up to Radha Rani. And if you go to south of India, you find that they'll say this is Krishna, but there'll be Radha Rani missing, and in the temples, main temples, it'll be Krishna. So they view Krishna as somebody, the Supreme Lord, but they see his relationship with Radha Rani, not sure about it, because, Krishna didn't marry Radha Rani. So maybe what is your view in your experience in your Krishna conscious life? How did you take to Radha Rani and Krishna? Was it natural, or you had to adjust yourself?
It came, my initial attraction was to Krishna, and the way Prabhupada presented Krishna in his books. And that is the correct way, actually. And there's ample warnings by the acharyas in the books and the discourses that you must understand Krishna Tattva. Tattva means the truth,
Yes.
the raw truth about what is Krishna, right? That what is God. So that you must understand that clearly before you jump to Radha and Krishna's leelas, their pastimes together. Because if you jump to them prematurely, you will misunderstand them as ordinary affairs of an ordinary man and woman in this world. And that's why you will not appreciate Radha Rani for the gopis. Because you will relate that relationship with our relationship with other personality, other members.
And today,
Tattva first. And Prabhupada is very nicely in his Bhagavatam, he says the way it's arranged. Before you go to the Leela of Krishna's Leela in the 10th canto, you go through 9 cantos first to realize who Krishna is.
Jai. I mean, today I was listening to someone and they said very nicely that the sadhana you do is actually a patra, it's a container. And then the rasa is put into it. He said you don't eat the plate, but you need the plate to eat. So you need sadhana to then becomes a plate, and then by the mercy of Radharani and Krishna, you will receive. I mean, you can have a plate. I mean, when we line up for prasadam, you have a plate in your hand, especially when you go to the manor, but you don't have anything in it. So plate on its own is, so when they give prasad, if you don't have a plate, where they're going to put so you need the plate to enjoy the rasa. So tattva is the plate, and rasa is the soup, or the real thing. So I find people are taking it a bit cheaply. Even one video was posted by Shraddha Devi saying, don't say Radhe Radhe, she's not so accessible so easily, because many people have learned just say Radhe Radhe. And then somebody asked me that, why is that? I said, because Radha Rani gives you highest, what's the word? Commitment. And that is Krishna's love. She can give that. But we have material desire. And just like when Krishna was born, there was the Purnamashi and there was Mahamai. There's a Yogmai and Mahamai. So Yogmai is for the Leelas of Radha Krishna, and Mahamai was for Kans. So what we do is we have desires like Kans and Ravan, but we're saying Radhe Radhe and all that, thinking she's going to give me that. But she is not in that environment. Like Prabhupada said in this video, Par Brahma. Par Brahma is trying to enjoy. He's not trying to enjoy that. So I said to somebody, in the beginning, we should say Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. But when your heart becomes fixed to Krishna's lotus feet, then you can say Radhe Radhe. And then Krishna is pleased that this person wants to work with Radharani to serve Krishna. So it's a little complicated. But I find, many people are saying Radhe Radhe. So they'll have material desires and ask Radharani for that. And you're actually literally bothering Radharani for little things. It's like in a school, you don't go to the teacher, you go to the headmaster saying, I've lost my book. It's why are you coming to me for? Go to your teacher or, whatever. So I would say people don't realize, and you're right, you've got to know your tattva. So what should people do? I mean, Prabhupada even said, even in ISKCON, when we worship Radha Krishna, it's actually Lakshmi Narayan. Do we feel discouraged by that statement, or how do we understand that statement?
Because it's a stepping process. You can't jump to the example I came up with in my head recently was that most of us live in houses with more than one floor. We got just 2 floors in our houses, ground floor and first floor. So at night time to go to bed, we have to climb those stairs. I don't think there's anybody in this world who can jump from the ground floor to the top floor in one step. You go step by step. Sometimes maybe 2-3 steps at a time, but you're not going to jump to the top floor. So the Leela of Radha and Krishna, to understand them, to appreciate them properly, you need to get there step by step, and there are different processes of getting. The sadhana bhakti is there for that, to take you through.
Yes.
But the idea that you can just jump to the top is impossible. And that way you'll just enjoy yourself.
Yes.
And spiritually it's full of arats, and that leads to your downfall. And what you are seeing is denied to you.
Yes.
It's just denied to you.
It's like, window shopping. You go to the jewelry stores and you can see the jewelry, but you can't purchase it. You can see, but you can't touch. You can't afford it. Just because we know the concept of Radha Krishna and all that, I'm afraid we haven't built up enough, brownie points to actually purchase that or access that, Radha Krishna love. But it shouldn't be discouraged. It's Pragriti Marg. It's progressive.
Right.
Everything is and you're right. Thank you for that answer. It's progressive.
There's something very, very nice. Vidurani was relating something she heard earlier. And I found the example by Lal going brilliant. It's very understandable. He was talking about a bottle of water.
Yes.
A bottle of water. At the top of the bottle, maybe better way to relate to it would be, say, a bottle of nice milk or something. Right?
Yes.
But at the top is a cap. The cap. The cap by itself is at the top, but it can't taste. It's not drinking the water. It's not drinking, in my example, milk, okay, which is ambrosia, nectar compared to, according to our culture, Vedic culture. Milk is nectar. It can't taste it. Nectar for the devotees, for the sadhan bhaktas, that is the association of saintly people. Saintly people.
Yes.
When you associate with them, they can give you that taste. And so in sadhana bhakti, it's a very important. If you want, love for Radha and Krishna, you need to associate with and engage in the practices of those who are rasics. They will give, through their blessings, mercy, you will receive it. On your own, you're just sitting on the top. You're not tasting it. It's like the licking outside of a jar of honey. So it was very nicely put, and I really appreciated that example.
Thank you. And Raghupati has joined us, and it's so lovely to see you. Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. Yes. How are you today? How are you feeling today?
So nice to be in your association, Prabhu, and on this wonderful day. Yes, so nice to hear from you. I'm really sorry that it took me some time getting this connection, but at least, I can see you both. So
this connection is very important because you got to have the connection to reach Radha Krishna. We might have the internet and everything, and you wonder why you can't get on. You got everything, you paid for this and the other, but you haven't got the connection. So now, Raghupati Prabhu, how do we make that connection to get Radha Krishna Pran Mora Jugla Kishore? Please tell us, enlighten us.
Yeah. So this is such an important question, that how do we connect ourselves to Radha and Krishna? Actually, this is the sum and substance of spiritual life, because we got no other option, only two. Either we serve Krishna or we serve Maya. So serving Krishna means serving Krishna through Srimati Radha Rani. This evening, actually, I was giving another lecture. So we looked at Prabhupada's statement, where Prabhupada says that our business is to serve Krishna through Srimati Radha Rani. Now, as you know, in our previous discussions, that actually devotees of Vishnu are known as Vaishnavas, and devotees of Krishna are known as Darshanas, but the devotee of Srimati Radha Rani are known as Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So we have such wonderful privilege to worship Srimati Radha Rani and be connected to Krishna. So Radha Rani has two functions. One, to give pleasure to the source of pleasure. So Krishna is the source of pleasure, Anandmaya Bhyasat. So Radha Rani is so great that she gives pleasure to the source of pleasure, Krishna. So she is known as Govinda Mohini or Madan Mohan Mohini And these wonderful names are given to her because she gives pleasure to the source of pleasure, Sri Krishna. Second function she has is to nourish the devotees. So that's why the devotees, they make a point. Actually, this is the sum and substance, the ultimate aim of our sadhana, to be connected to Srimati Radha Rani and her devotees. When we look at Prabhupada's life, his father wanted him to be blessed and become a pure devotee of Srimati Radha Rani.
Wow.
How powerful is one pure devotee of Srimati Radha Rani? Just one pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. Immense power. And we have the privilege to be connected to Srimati Radha Rani under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Whether we take Siksha shelter or Diksha shelter, the shelter is important.
Yes.
So in ISKCON, we have the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada explains in very simple terms that when somebody goes to Krishna, he or she may be a rascal. We may be rascals, which we are. But when somebody goes to Srimati Radharani and offers a flower, Srimati Radharani immediately notices and she recommends to Krishna, my dear Shyam, this devotee is even better than me, so please accept him.
Yeah.
So when Radharani recommends us to Krishna, then Krishna can't say no, he accepts us. So we may have so many faults, but as soon as we take shelter of the devotee of Srimati Radharani, then we are accepted. We are immediately connected. It's like a mundane example we can look at. So suppose we receive our gas supply. Now, when we are not connected, we cannot hope to go to the kitchen and turn on the knob and then hope that the fire is going to come because there's no gas unless the connection is there. But as soon as we connect ourselves to a gas company, energy company, and they give us the connection, now we can hope to go to the kitchen and be sure that there will be gas there and we can cook. So even in mundane life, we can see the connections are important.
Wow.
But the connections with the right people, with the right company, or the right source. So similarly, being connected to Srimati Radharani is the ultimate aim of our sadhana. Because when she recommends us to Krishna, then our life is successful.
Yeah.
And that shelter for us, the devotees of ISKCON, as followers, supporters of Srila Prabhupada, that shelter is available to us. So all we have to do, just connect ourselves from the devotees of the devotees of the devotees of Srimati Radharani. Like in our Sampradaya, we have Ragatmika Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti, and then Sadhana Bhakti. So we are all sadhakas. As sadhakas, we are trying to purify ourselves. But Ragatmika Bhaktas are like Nanda Baba, Srimati Radharani, Ashtasakhis. In our Sampradaya, our philosophy is to become the servant of the servant of the servant. So what happens? That in spiritual life, which is diametrically opposed to material life, in material life, if somebody is on the top, they are more powerful, more privileged. But in spiritual life, the person who offers the most menial service is immediately noticed by Krishna.
Yeah.
So let me give you two examples of devotees who got connected to Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through doing menial service. One example is Shyamananda Prabhu in Vrindavan.
Yes.
Shyamananda Prabhu had his service to sweep Vrindavan. That was his service, sweeping. And one day, Srimati Radharani came, became pleased with his service. She came and she took her ankle and placed a tilak on his forehead. So when Jiva Goswami and other Vaishnava acharyas saw this, they could not believe why Shyamananda was putting a different tilak, because their tilak is different than Shyamananda Sampradaya. So then eventually Jiva Goswami and other acharya, Jiva Goswami realized in meditation, Srimati Radha Rani personally came and told him that Shyamananda has been blessed by me. So don't reject him, don't neglect him. He has been blessed by me. So that's one example. Another example of a devotee who became connected to Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, is King Prataprudra.
Oh, yes.
Just by doing menial service, sweeping, immediately he was noticed by Mahaprabhu. But before that, Mahaprabhu was not ready to see him.
Yes.
So many devotees were going and recommending Maharaj Prataprudra to Mahaprabhu, but Mahaprabhu did not agree. But when he saw that Maharaj Prataprudra was humble enough to sweep the floor for Lord Jagannath, then Mahaprabhu became very pleased. So that is our connection through service. And that service starts with the chanting. So we chant. This is how we connect. Just like people are driving a car, but they're connected through sound. The radio connects them through sound. So similarly, our first connection is through the chanting. And then our connection is through service. So those who are service oriented, they will receive immense mercy from Srimati Radha Rani. And that is our connection.
You know, with this lockdown and all that, so devotees might be worried that I can't give service, I can't go to the temple, especially Coventry Temple, they don't let anybody in. So does it mean the devotional life is the frozen now? I mean, what service could they do at home to connect with Radharani, so connect to Krishna? What could you recommend, even at home in lockdown situation?
I think Coventry Temple has used so many platforms to keep devotees enthused, give them darshan of the deities, allow them to do services. And I think temple management has been very, very proactive in creating opportunities for devotees to connect, even in the lockdown. Personally, I have been a recipient of that mercy that came from Coventry Temple. There have been so many opportunities to connect. Anuragi Mataji has been sending regular updates on arti, on reading, on opportunity to do service by donating, and endlessly. So I think devotees have been very, very, very proactive, making the best use of a bad bargain.
Yes.
The temple has done tremendous, really. I appreciate the temple management and the new leaders, the new generation of leaders that has taken the temple management to a new level. They are very creative, they are energetic, they think of new ways of doing things, and they are working with under the direction of senior Vaishnavas. So Vidur Prabhu is there, and Hardas Prabhu, you are there. So I think we have to give credit to this new generation of leaders that has come up and taken responsibility in Coventry. And personally, I think I have been a recipient. I have given classes, I have attended artis, I have attended festivals, and here I am talking to devotees, and also I've been watching different dramas and different creative gifts that we have given to the community. So you asked me what is my suggestion. I think we have to make the best use of the bad bargain.
That's right. Yeah.
It is the best bad bargain. As you know, things are not 100% yet. And the devotees who had 2 jabs are still getting sick. And the suffering is same kind of suffering.
Yes.
Although they may not, they may be little risk-free to some extent, but suffering is same. I was talking to some devotees who had 2 jabs, and they got infected and same kind of suffering. So I think the temple has done what was best for the health
Yeah.
of the community. But at the
Thank
same
you.
time, you have not compromised on the service. That I have to say.
Yes,
They
we
have
have a
been
lovely
really
team.
good.
Yeah, we enjoy listening to your guidance and how much you know. And I was in my mind thinking that during the lockdown, people at home can watch the devotional paraphernalia, put the Lordship to bed, do the deity worship even at home, and connect that with the mentality that I'm at the temple doing it, because that's what I do morning and evening.
Yeah.
And in the evening when we have the darshan, evening darshans and arati and everything, honestly, I went to the temple on Janmashtami Day after 2 months. And somebody asked me, I said, you know what? I don't feel the separation, because every day we have closer darshan of the deities than when I used to stand in front of the altar, because the camera goes really deep. And then I said, I'm really enjoying it. And plus we read together and we discuss things. We get different guest speakers speaking, and we speak as well. So I said, I don't feel the vacuum at all. And I'm a little guilty thinking, am I doing something wrong here? Because I'm not feeling guilty, because people would have thought, where's your tears? Where's your lamentation? But I'm always like happy and, Radhe Radhe and all that. But today I went just briefly, and the pujari got me to do the puja for Srila Prabhupada. And there was a spontaneous aarti. I really enjoyed it and I missed it. But when I'm back here now behind the camera talking to you, I'm just feeling the presence and everything. And I think this is connection. And Radha Rani is in Raval, in Barsana, in Golok Dham, and they connect. We might not be able to see the connection, but they are actually enjoying that. Out of so many people on this planet, a few are celebrating Radha Rani's appearance day. And I was asking Vidur, it's amazing. Even in Bharat, when I'm there, Radha Ashtami is popular only Vrindavan, Braj Mandal and all that. And in Punjab is picking up. But other places, they don't understand the significance. And yet it's very significant. And Srila Prabhupada gave to us when we were in the West and in New York and Russia and everywhere. Radha Rani is popular and whatever. It's amazing. And you're right. Shelter of Srila Prabhupada is doing it. We are not doing anything. We're not capable of it. But he built a house where everybody else can enjoy Krishna consciousness without even paying the rent. Because he's, he's inviting and saying, have you, ISKCON Bullis. Yeah. So Vidu Prabhu, what do you think? Raghupati suggested that, doing menial task and all that, because you schedule sometimes voluntary thing. And what is your mood when people come and turn up? I mean, do you feel, you are doing them a favor, or are they doing us a favor, or is this something wonderful that they're doing, that we are doing as volunteers?
Raghupati, thank you for your comments. They're really nice. I really appreciate them today. And I love your phrase, connection through service. I love that. That's stuck in my head now. Connection through service. And that's what Prabhupada has given us. And in his books, again and again, Prabhupada says devotional service, not devotion. He always emphasizes service. The service, our nature, as revealed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Jivere Swarupa Hoy Krishna re Nitya Das. Our Swarup is Nitya Das of Krishna. Das means we have to render service. So service you can do at your home, practice. You should have an altar or some kind of altar at home. The regular practices of devotees should be practiced at home, not just in the temple. So while you are away from the temple, you must carry on the devotional service at home. As you invite the sadhanas of Krishna. And then when the opportunity arises again for devotees going to the temple, then you can continue giving service. Very important. I'll notice in a lot of those who claim that they're attached to Krishna, but something is sadly lacking. Is the service attitude is lacking. So it's critical in your Krishna consciousness. The service is given somehow or other to Krishna, directly or indirectly.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Vidya Prabhu. I mean, there was some church I was listening, and very intellectual person. He was talking about you can have an identity that you look like something, but do you have the consciousness? Anybody can fake an identity, put the clothes on or externally. He said, but do you have the consciousness? And when they said that, nothing to do with ISKCON, it was someone else. It was on political base. And I thought, Srila Prabhupada said, become Krishna conscious. Prabhupada is giving us consciousness and also the external, like tilaks and everything. And he insisted, but mainly he wanted our consciousness. So I really like, you can have an identity, but do you have the consciousness? Because somebody going to Bharat, they look Bharatiya, but they are actually Western conscious. They want to be in the West. So they won't even take to our Sanskriti, our consciousness. They want to be, like an American, whatever. And yet you have some, like people in the West, their consciousness is, I want to go to Bharat. So identity-wise, they might look American, but their consciousness is like Krishna conscious. But in Bharat, there's loads of people that they want to live in America and West and everything. So this consciousness is very important. And it's amazing how Srila Prabhupada again and again said, become Krishna conscious. And it's not about the identity, because you see many people get initiated. They got the Sikha, the whole look is very good. But when you deal with them, you're thinking something is missing. And it's called having that consciousness. And that consciousness gives you a commitment, which is very natural. It's not imposed on you. You just realize, I like doing this. I like doing service and whatever. So maybe Raghupati Prabhu, he could say how devotees could prepare the consciousness that we have so many festivals. It shouldn't be Ketli Maja Aavi. Oh, we enjoyed that. Next one. Oh, what's the next one? It's like that. And Vidya Prabhu started off that we got to understand the tattva. Unless we understand the tattva, you're going straight for leelas and enjoying it, and you're not going to get very far. You'll be shortchanged. So what could you say? How could people, in short, with Radha Rani's festival here, how could they prepare their consciousness so it's natural, svabhavik, and they realize, yeah, I like that. How could they come to that point? Maybe some thoughts?
I think, Prabhuji, this question again is very deep. And this has to do with our fundamentals of spiritual life. So we have to remember that going back to basics is always helpful.
Yeah.
So we have to always go back to basics, which is our chanting, our association, our reading of Prabhupada books, and then offering service, the service attitude. And as you know, that those Panch Mahasadhanas, the holy name, Harinam Sankirtan, Srimad Bhagavatam, Shivagraha Aradhan, and Bhagavad Sangh, Bhakti Sangh, and Mathura Vas, they are so powerful that even one item can get us the perfection. But in ISKCON, you have the opportunity to do all five. So the temple actually provides the facility to do all five. So as devotees, when we develop this consciousness that this temple is an amazing facility for my purification and improve my consciousness, then such devotees, they feel very privileged. They also feel very grateful for this facility. Like one example of what the temples are. So the temples in the West or even in India, they are like the oasis, but particularly in the West, oasis. So oasis is a fountain, the water fountain, which is found in the desert. So in the desert, there's no water. Everybody is struggling with water. But sometimes there's an oasis. So ISKCON centers are like oasis. In the West particularly, because as soon as you come out of the temple, like say our Coventry temple, as soon as you come out of the temple, the consciousness is immediately affected by the material modes. But when you enter the temple and have darshan of Sri Sachinanda Nitai Chand, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, the consciousness immediately changes. So the Prabhupada called these temples, they are our doorway to Vaikuntha. So
Wow.
temples are not different from Vaikuntha. The consciousness changes. But the thing is that for anything, we have to be little intelligent to take advantage of the facility which is there for us. So how do we change our consciousness? Reading, discussions, and service. These are all purifying. One day I was reading in Prabhupada's books. So he says that in order to improve our chanting, we have to read the scriptures. Now somebody may say that I like chanting, but I don't like reading so much. And I don't like the philosophical discussion so much. But Prabhupada is saying that. And Prabhupada is saying because Mahaprabhu is saying that. So Mahaprabhu is saying that Siddhant Boliya Chitte na karo alas. That don't become lazy thinking, oh, this is philosophy, I don't like philosophy. I like cooking, I like chanting, I like dancing. That's fine. But in order to improve the quality of our chanting and the quality of our service, we have to embrace the philosophy. So I think during the lockdown and even before that, particularly in the lockdown, the temple has taken really so many initiatives of reading, of discussions, and the quality of discussions which is now coming from the temple, from Coventry Temple, it is much improved, and actually it's on a different level. So I'm just very pleased that there has been such a nice balance. Again, I have to go back to this new fresh leadership who have been so nicely trained by senior leaders like Hardas Prabhu, Vijay Prabhu. So I think we have to give credit to these new leaders who are bringing so much fresh thinking. But at the same time, they are not deviating from the principle, from the philosophy, from the aim, what the aim of ISKCON is. So how do we prepare our consciousness? I think, first of all, the intention has to be there. Like Prabhupada says in Nectar of Instruction, that the advancement in Krishna consciousness will depend on the attitude of the follower.
Oh.
So the kind of attitude we bring, this is what will ensure whether we are going to be successful or we are going to be struggling over the years. Is the attitude. Just like when you see somebody comes in the temple and say, okay, could I do some service? Is there any way I can help? Is there any way I can serve? Can you guide me? I would like to do some service, or I want to learn something. Attitude. So I think over the years, that's the attitude we bring, which will ensure our success or struggle in devotional service.
Thank you so much. I think that's wonderful advice. And Vidhu Prabhu, I think it's our Sachinandanita chant guiding us, because you can feel those deities are getting more and more beautiful, and we dress them up, and there's something happening. We can all feel. I mean, little Tatiksha is singing the whole Gopi Geet. She's memorized it. At our age, I don't know the whole Gopi Geet. I'm familiar with it, but I can't memorize it. There's Sudarshan there, he's been a darling for so long. He's memorized so much. He's learning harmonium. Shraddha Devi, on the other hand, is learning harmonium and doing this. Everybody's utilizing their time to actually improve with the talents, with the skills. It's not about bookworm. Reading it, practicing it, and being happy. Chant and be happy, Srila Prabhupada said. So we should always see happy faces. Finally, Raghupati ji, you have a guest. Can you bless all the listeners, the viewers, on this Radha-Ashtami day? And in very short way, say, how can we please Radha Rani? How can we please Radha Rani? If you could advise to all the viewers, please. Thank you. In short. Can't hear you. I think you're muted. Okay.
Krishna. Yeah. So thank you for the opportunity. And I'm just going to end with the meaning of Mahamantra. So Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the meaning of Mahamantra, the famous meaning of Mahamantra, Prabhupada has given that to Hare, energy of Krishna, O Ram, the Lord who is all pleasing one, Krishna, the all attractive, please engage me in your service. So I think that is our connection with Hara, who is Srimati Radha, none other than Srimati Radha Rani. So when we chant Hare Krishna, immediately we are connected to Srimati Radha Rani, and this is the connection we want for rest of our life and for any other lives. So that's the connection we want.
Wow. That's wonderful. Shortest answer and accurate and very potent. So everybody just remember, we're going to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And to finally end this chat, Charcha, we're going to say Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Thank you. I really enjoyed this so much. You know, we should have this quite regularly because I love this Charcha. I call it Charcha. You know.
I like the questions. I like Vidhi Prabhu's comments. So I feel very fortunate. Thank you, Vidhi Prabhu, and thank you, Haridas Prabhu.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. All right, now we go over to the next bit, and this is Alpa Devi. I think, is she ready, Alpa? She has a wonderful voice, and she sings at different occasions. Always admire her tones. They're very nice. So if Alpa is there, please come through. We would like to hear you glorify Radha Rani. Okay. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the Charcha, and while we're waiting for her to come on. And after Alpa will be Ishani, and there's a video of children. And after that will be Guru Sevak Prabhu and myself will join him. And then there's a cake cutting at the end of it. You can watch, but you cannot touch. So that'll be the cake cutting ceremony. So is Alpa there yet? Oh yeah, Alpa is coming on. Yeah. Alpa. Okay. Oh, baby Krishna. You have baby Krishna. Sorry, baby Radha Rani. Baby Krishna. Okay. Unmute. Can you unmute? Okay. Bolo Radhe Radhe. Are you going to speak?
Haribol.
Haribol. Yeah. So that's your baby Radha Rani. Next to you. Yeah, next to you. Okay, so please glorify Radha Rani. Over to you. I leave it to you. Jai Ho.
Krishna.
Okay, so please glorify.
Haribol. धारा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की धारा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के धारा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम के धारा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम के धारा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम के सूझे कुछ और नहीं वृंदावन धाम के सूझे कुछ और नहीं वृंदावन धाम के सूझे कुछ और नहीं श्री राधा
श्री राधा नाम के आया तो मेरी है श्री राधा नाम की आया तो मेरी है श्री राधा नाम की राधा के नाम का ये शायद गला राधा के नाम का ये शायद गला हर हृदय में रहती श्री राधा की कल्पना है हर हृदय में रहती राधा की कल्पना है आगे संग बिहारी श्री राधा नाम के नजर बिहारी संग राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री 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 राधा नाम के राधा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की राधा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की अभी समय है मूरत गोदी से काम ले अभी समय है मूरत गोदी से काम ले हर जाएगा ये जीवन श्री राधा नाम ले हर जाएगा ये जीवन श्री राधा नाम ले हर है तेरा जीवन श्री राधा नाम के हर है तेरा जीवन श्री राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के राधा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की राधा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की इंसान भूल है तो राधा समादया भूल है तो राधा समादया राधा चरण मिले तो सोने की धूल जाए राधा चरण मिले तो सोने की धूल जाए ब्रह्मा भी सर झुकाए उस राधा नाम के ब्रह्मा भी सर झुकाए उस राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के हम हो गए दीवाने श्री राधा नाम के राधा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की राधा तो बह रही है श्री राधा नाम की विश्वास क्या है
Oh, that ecstasy. That was brilliant. That was fantastic. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed it. You know, I'm just picturing if you were in the temple, there'd be loads of people saying Radhe Radhes and all that. So thank you so much for coming tonight and glorifying. So now we have to move on. And now we'll go over to Prem Prakash Prabhu in Hinckley. And let's see what they have as an offering to Srimati Radha Rani. They're going to sing one item, and I think they prepared something for the children, or by the children. Oh, here we are. So how's everyone there in Hinckley? Can you hear me? You can. Okay, so you're ready to take off. So I'll let you do your because you set up everything with the mics and everything. Away you go. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Jai Sri Radhe. Over to you. You're in charge.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, it's done. Hope our voice is clear. So it's a very beautiful bhajan. Today we are singing by Srila Rupa Goswami. It's a Vaishnava bhajan in which he is praying to Srimati Radha Rani to shower blessings on everyone. So we also pray to Radha Rani to shower blessings. First of all, our internet so that we can serve. And then shower blessings on everyone. Hari Bol. Please join us for kirtans.
Namavi
Radhe Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Gokul Taruni Mandal Mahite Gokul Taruni Mandal Mahite Gokul Taruni Mandal Mahite Gokul Taruni Mandal Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Jaya Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Damodar Rati Damodar Rati Vardhana Veshe Hari Nishkut Vrinda Vipineshe Hari Nishkut Vrinda Vipineshe Hari Nishkut Vrinda Vipineshe Hari Nishkut Vrinda Vipineshe Radhe Radhe Govind Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhav Daite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhav Vishwan Gokul Taruni Mandal Mahite Gokul Taruni Mandal Gokul Taruni Mandal Mahite Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Govind Govind Radhe Vishmanudadinav Shashileke Vishmanudadinav Shashileke Lalita Sakhi Gun Ramita Vishake Lalita Sakhi Gun Ramita Vishake Bolo Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Karunam Bharite Karunam Karumai Karunam Bharite Karunam Karumai Karunam Bharite Karunam Karumai Karunam Bharite Anak Sanatana Nitya Charite Anak Sanatana Nitya Charite Bolo Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe 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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Radhe 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 Radhe. Oh Radhe 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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe. Varsane mein Radhe Radhe. Varsane mein Radhe Radhe. Varsane mein Radhe Radhe. Varsane mein Radhe Radhe. Vrindavan mein Radhe Radhe. Vrindavan mein Radhe Radhe. Vrindavan mein Radhe Radhe. Vrindavan mein Radhe Radhe. Nidhivan mein Radhe Radhe. Nidhivan mein Radhe Radhe. Nidhivan mein Radhe Radhe. Shyam kutir mein Radhe Radhe. Oh Shyam kutir mein Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govind Govind Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. सबको मिले वृंदावन धाम. सबको प्रणाम. जय श्री राधे श्याम. हरे कृष्णा.
Hare Krishna, I really like Jai Sri Radhe, sabko mile Vrindavan Dham.
हरे कृष्णा.
I hope everybody sounded like Vrindavan there. Thank you very much. That was really, really nice. You got the harmonium and Prem Prakash on the whatever you call it.
Duff.
And Radhya, you did very well, three of you. So excellent. Now you have an item. You prepared something by the children. So maybe you can introduce and the video can be put on. Prem
Yes,
Prakash,
Prabhuji. About the video. End video.
Yes, let's see what you've done.
Yes, Rudy. So basically what we have done is, because it's very auspicious day and it's the
There's a bit of an echo. There's an echo. I can't get it clearly. Yeah.
Hey.
Right. You got it?
Haribol. Are you able to hear me, Prabhuji, now?
Yeah. It's much better now. So what are we expecting? What did the children do? I mean, prepare us.
Yes, Prabhuji. So what we have done actually is we have created one very simple video. The concept is that Radha Rani is there, and this is the auspicious day when Radha Rani shows her feet, and such an auspicious day when the feet has 19 marks on there, and we have asked our little Bal Gopal to make sure that they know those auspicious marks, and they are going to tell us that what those auspicious marks are. So even I didn't know earlier, but because of their blessings, now I know what their auspicious marks are.
We are ready to learn. We are ready to learn here. Yes.
We are ready to learn. The small thing is that there is some technical glitch, but yes, I mean, there might be some problem with the voice and the audio. As we go on internet, we have that issue. But
the synchronization goes out. Yeah.
Synchronization has gone on. Yeah, but we are going to post a synchronized video again for everyone to watch.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Put it on the WhatsApp so everybody can connect
Yes,
properly.
please.
Okay, thank you. Over to you. I'll let you do it. Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Radha Simhotsava ki Jai, Radha Rani ki Jai. So, on this auspicious day of Radhastami, the Bhagavata children are going to say the auspicious marks on the lotus feet of Srimati Radha Rani. In total, there are 19 marks, and they are umbrella disc flag, creeper flower bracelet, lotus upward line, elephant, half moon, belly corn, spear, club, chariot, sacrificial altar, earrings, fish, mountain, and conch. Hare Krishna.
Now let's see the significance of the 19 auspicious marks.
The altar mark proclaims that the sins of those who meditate upon the feet are burned up as if on an altar of sacrifice.
Barleycorn appears at the base of her big toe. It signifies that once one finds shelter at the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, then the devotee's journey through many cycles of birth and death is cut very short.
Flag gives us protection and saves us from fear. Spear, Shakti. This mark assures those who wish to have the miserable bonds of the mundane spear cut and who take shelter of Sri Radha. Her feet immediately appear to slash all entanglements and difficulties.
Club. This shows that the lotus feet are capable of chastising an elephant of lust.
Flower. This mark shows that the divine fame of the feet spread everywhere, just like the fragrance of a flower. It is also shown that feet are not hard, but soft as flower petals.
A curving line. A curving line means that devotees who tightly cling like a lifeline to the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna will be transported to Golok Vrindavan.
Half moon. This mark symbolizes how lotus feet truly provide the desired objectives of the devotees. It signifies that even devtas like Lord Shiva, whose symbol is a half moon, have decorated their own heads with the soles of the feet. It also shows that devotees who likewise decorate their own head with the feet can become exalted like Lord Shiva.
Disc. This mark cuts down the 6 enemies of the devotees: lust, anger, greed, illusion, envy, and bewilderment. It indicates Teja-tattva, or the principle of brilliance by which Lord destroys the darkness of sins from within his devotees' hearts.
Creeper, flower twig. Srimati Radhika is like a creeper wrapping around the Tamal tree known as Krishna. Sincere devotees will hold on to Radha's feet just as creeper firmly holds the Tamal tree.
Lotus, Kamala. This mark increases greed for nectar in the minds of the bee-like devotees who meditate on the lotus feet. Fish cannot live without water. Similarly, devotees cannot live without the association of the feet.
The elephant goad mark indicates that meditation on the lotus feet brings the elephant of the devotee's mind under control.
Earrings shows that Krishna is always listening to the tinkling sound of Radha's charming ankle bells, the melodious sound of her voice, her love poem chamaras of her veena.
Bracelet, Velayam, signifies that Radha's feet are always present in Krishna's hands when he is massaging. Her man, mood, always accompanies her, like the bracelet accompanies the hands.
Conch. This auspicious mark indicates that those who take shelter of the lotus feet are always rescued from all sorts of distress. Just as during the arati ceremony, the conch shell is used to hold water that is offered directly after the fire of the ghee lamp. Similarly, lotus feet hold transcendental water that soothes his devotees from the blazing fire of material miseries.
Chariot, Samandana. The chariot of the mind can be easily controlled by fixing it on Radhika's lotus feet. The chariot of Krishna's mind is carried away by the loving services of Srimati Radha.
Umbrella. It indicates that those who take shelter of the feet of Radha Rani are protected from all material miseries.
Iditamadbhutam stavam shamya bhanunandini karotu santatam janam kripa kataksha bhajanam bhavettadeva sanchitatri rupa karmanashanam bhavettaya brajendra sunu mandala praveshanam. Upon hearing this most astonishing prayer of mine being recited by a devotee, may Shri Rishabhanu Nandini constantly make me the object of her most merciful sidelong glance. At that time, all his karmic reactions, whether mature, fructifying, or lying in the seed, will be completely destroyed, and he will gain entrance into the assembly of Nandanandana's eternal living associates. Jai. So we pray to Srimati Radha Rani that she gives us shelter under her lotus feet, and that we are able to get the mercy of Lord Krishna. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Jai Sri Radhe.
Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe. Radhe
Jai Ho, Jai Ho. That was wonderful video. All the children were shining and they know the chins, what they call Charan chin. Yeah, Charan chins of Radharani. That was wonderful. Well done, Prem Prakash Prabhu. That was excellent. All the children look great. And I'm looking forward to you posting it on WhatsApp so I can watch it again. Thank you so much. So now, tonight we're going to sing Glories of Radha Rani. And for some reason, Guru Seva got a sore throat. And I was looking forward to him singing some songs. He won't be able to do it, but he'll play the Mardanga. But let's see what Radharani does. Maybe give him voice all of a sudden for 10-15 minutes. That'd be good enough. Here we go. So Anuragi, you have a bhajan for us? Before we start the bhajan, Anuragi just told me that people have donated to us Varsana, but hardly anybody's donated to us Coventry Temple where we live. So please, Prabhus, be generous. Radharani also is, Radha Madhav is being looked after by our Pujari Dev in our temple. So tonight there was appeal done, so please donate Lakshmi towards that. But we'd like to thank you for donating towards Varsana. But please don't forget ISKCON Coventry as well. Thank you. Jai Ho.
So speaking of Varsana, this is a lovely bhajan, Brajburi bhajan on Varsana Dham. So I hope you all enjoy it.
Yes.
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा
जहाँ Radha Rani.
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मुझे दुनिया से नहीं कोई काम मैं तो रटू राधा राधा नाम
मुझे दुनिया से नहीं कोई काम मैं तो रटूं राधा राधा नाम
दर्शन करूं सुबह शाम
जय राधे
दर्शन
करो सुबह शाम
मेरे मन में बस्यो श्याम दीवानी जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में
जय राधे राधे
विराजे राधा रानी मेरो
मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी मेरो मन
लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन में ना लागे कोई रंग मैं तो रहूं संतान के संग
मेरा मन नहीं लागे कोई रंग मैं तो रहूं संतन के संग
मेरो मन में ना लागे कोई रंग मैं तो रहूं संतान के संग
मेरो मन
ना लागे कोई रंग
मैं तो रहूं संतन के संग
मेरो मन में भरत उमंग मेरे मन में भरत उमंग बरसाने बरज की राजधानी जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
जय राधे
मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मुझे दुनिया से नहीं लेना देना ये जगत है एक सपना
मुझे दुनिया से नहीं लेना देना ये जगत है एक सपना
मुझे दुनिया से नहीं लेना देना ये जगत है एक सपना
मुझे दुनिया से नहीं लेना देना ये जगत है एक सपना
यही नहीं कोई है अपना यहाँ नहीं कोई है अपना मेरी अपनी ही वृषभानु नंदनी जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
बोलो बोलो
मेरे मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी मेरो मन
लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मेरो मन लाग्यो
बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी मेरो मन लाग्यो बरसाने में जहाँ विराजे राधा रानी
मन हट्यो दुनिया दारी से जहाँ मिले खरा पानी मन हट्यो दुनिया दारी से जहाँ मिले खरा पानी
Ashtami Radhe Radha Rani.
Bolo Radhe, Bolo Radhe, Bolo Radhe, Bolo Radhe,
Bolo Radhe, Bolo Radhe, Bolo Radhe, Bolo Radhe.
Bolo Radhe, 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 Shri Radhe.
Bolo Radhe, 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 Jai Shri Radhe.
Bolo Shri Varsana Dham ki jai.
He Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
Radha Rani ki jai, Maharani ki jai.
हे बोलो बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय। बोलो
बरसाने वाली की जय जय जय।
बोलो वृंदावन वाली की जय जय जय।
बोलो
बोलो
वृंदावन वाली की जय जय जय।
हे राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय।
राधा रानी की जय, महारानी की जय।
ओ राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में डोलो।
हे राधे राधे बोलो वृंदावन में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो वृंदावन में डोलो।
हे राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो बरसाना में डोलो।
हे राधे राधे बोलो वृंदावन में डोलो।
राधे राधे बोलो वृंदावन में डोलो।
श्री राधे गोपाल बजमन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल भजमन श्री राधे।
श्री राधे घनश्याम राधे।
श्री राधे घनश्याम राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे।
श्री राधे गोपाल राधे।
जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय जय राधे, जय जय श्याम, जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम।
प्यारी राधे प्यारो श्याम, प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम।
प्यारी राधे, प्यारो श्याम, प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम।
प्यारी राधे प्यारो श्याम, प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम।
प्यारी राधे, प्यारो श्याम, प्यारो श्री वृंदावन धाम।
जय गोविंदा जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल।
जय गोविंदा, जय गोपाल, केशव माधव दीन दयाल।
दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
दीन दयाल प्रभु, दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
दीन दयाल प्रभु दीन दयाल, दीन दयाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल।
गिरिवरदारी नंद दोला
श्याम सुंदर
कन्हैयाला गिरिवरदारी नंद दोला हे नंद दोलाल प्रभु नंद दोलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल
नंद दोलाल प्रभु नंद दोलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल
हे नंद दोलाल प्रभु नंद दोलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल
नंद दोलाल प्रभु नंद दोलाल प्रभु मदन गोपाल
राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 जय जय श्री राधे 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 राधे
राधे राधे जय जय श्री राधे
बोलो राधे 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरि बोल राधे राधे राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 ओ हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे राधे 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 बोलो वृंदावन में राधे बरसाना में ये नंदगांव में ये राधा कुंड में राधे श्यामा कुंड में राधे ये कुसुम सरोवर राधे जटीपुरा में राधे ये वृंदावन में राधे कॉवंट्री में राधे
Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Shyam, 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 Radhe Shyam. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayo Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj, Jayo Guru Maharaj. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Bolo Radha Rani ke Maharani ki Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. Wah, wah, wah. So, Guru Sevak, we missed you, although you're next to us. Maybe you can give a message.
I don't know about a message, but we'll try and think a little bit. किस सदा से
वाह
किस सदा से किस सदा से करी है बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से खड़ी है वृषभ बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से करी है वृषभान नंदनी
किस सदा से खड़ी है वृषभ बानु नंदनी
बानु नंदनी किरत नंदनी
बानु नंदनी किरत नंदनी
बानु नंदनी किरत नंदनी
बानु नंदनी किरत नंदनी
ओ किस सदा से किस सदा से किस सदा से करी विश्व बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से खड़ी है वृषभ बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से करी है विश्व बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से खड़ी है वृषभ बानु नंदनी
गुम गुमारो लहंगा पहरे
गुम गुमारो लहंगा पहने
गुम गुमारो लहंगा पहरे
गुम गुमारो लहंगा पहने
नील चुनरिया शीश पे फेरे
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 ओ चोली रन चोली रन चोली रन जरी है विश्व बानु नंदनी
चोली हिरन जरी है विश्व बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से करी है विश्व बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से करी है वृषभ बानु नंदनी
रमन बिहारी संग में विराजे
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 देख छवि कोटि शशि लागे
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 ओ शमरस की शमरस की शमरस की तरी है कृष्ण बानु नंदनी
शमरस से खड़ी है वृषभ बानु नंदनी
किस सदा से करी है वृषभानु नंदनी
किस सदा से खड़ी है वृषभानु नंदनी
राधे जय राधे राधे राधे
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 ओ राधे जय राधे राधे राधे
राधे जय राधे राधे राधे
किस सदा से करी है विश्वभानु नंदनी
किस सदा से खड़ी है वृषभानु नंदनी
किस सदा से करी है विश्वभानु नंदनी
किस सदा से खड़ी है वृषभानु नंदनी
Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. That was brilliant. Even when his throat is
For a
bad.
sore
it sounds-
voice, it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it was beautiful. Came across real nice. Which one? Kishori. Then
हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो तन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो धन राधा राधा राधा
हमारो तन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हरो रे मन राधा 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 राधा
भजो रे मन राधा 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 राधा
भजो रे मन राधा 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 राधा
भजो रे मन राधा 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 राधा
हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो तन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो धन राधा राधा राधा
हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हे परम धन राधा 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 राधा
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 ये हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो तन राधा
श्री राधा श्री राधा
ये हमारो धन राधा राधा राधा
हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
बरसाने वाली राधा 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 राधा
बरसाने वाली राधा 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 राधा
Radha 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 Radha
गोविंद प्यारी राधा 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 राधा
ये हमारी प्यारी राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारी प्यारी राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
ये हमारी प्यारी राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारी प्यारी राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हे परम धन राधा 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 राधा
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 हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो धन राधा 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 राधा
हमारो धन राधा राधा राधा
मुनिंद्र विंद वंदिते त्रिलोक शोकारिणी प्रसन्न वक्र पंकजे निकुंज भूविलासिनी वंदिते त्रिलोक शोकारिणी प्रसन्न वक्र पंकजे निकुंज भूविलासिनी ब्रजेंद्र भानुनंदनी ब्रजेंद्र सुन संगते करिष्यसि हमां कृपा कटाक्ष भाजना
ब्रजेंद्र भानुनंदनी ब्रजेंद्र सुन संगते करिष्यसि हमां कृपा कटाक्ष भाजना
श्री राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा हमारो धन राधा
श्री राधा श्री राधा
हे हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हे हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
हमारो धन राधा श्री राधा श्री राधा
जय जय श्री राधे
Sham. Wow, well done. He's got bad throat, you can tell. See, Radha Rani gave him Shakti, so he could do that. Now, that was very good. Thank you so much, Anuragi, for your new song and everything. So it's been a wonderful festival. I really enjoyed it. I mean, look at the children video. That was really good. I mean, I want to see it so we can remember all the chains on the feet of Radha Rani. Is worth remembering. And our Gudiya Lado, you know, there in the swing. She looks so beautiful, gorgeous. And the cake is ready and the pujari is ready. Pujari Dev, bolo. Bolo kaka. Can you hear me at the temple?
We need to mute something. Computer robots.
Just mute this.
Okay. Jai Prabhuji.
It's our temple as well. Vidur has done a list. Look at it and sponsor an item. It's really good because all your donations do help. Just remember, we are connected with Varsana now. And although you've given directly to the headquarters, this branch must also be fed. So please don't forget that. So, Vidur Prabhu, you want to say a few words before we cut the cake?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I just emphasize that point actually. Very important. There's a film which is released to you know, guys. It's called Support Your Local Sheriff. You know, your lawman of the So, giving support. So this is your local temple. I think we done the devotees have done a tremendous job in such a short time because
Brilliant.
we were isolating for 10 days, as many of us, and then we only could come in on Monday. So, and then today is the festival. So, yeah, but look at the amazing transformation. It's brilliant.
Beautiful. Very
All
good.
the preparation, there was expense on the flower arrangements, artificial, fresh garlands and all the deities. The ankutis we did in the afternoon. Lots of material was bought for the decoration. And even Prabhupada was gorgeous today, wasn't he? So please support us. Give a donation to some of the, towards this festival. I'll just make a general bill. Please give towards this festival because we have incurred an expense. But now over to the cake cutting. Lady Radharani was dancing earlier on. You saw she was happy. So
Yes.
happy with the festival. She was dancing, and now it's time for the cake cutting. And because it's Radha Madhav was one of the key personalities today, their caretaker is going to cut the cake.
Wow, wow. Yeah. Okay, Pitaji, cake kato.
Jai.
Happy. Oh, sorry. ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, ज्योत से ज्योत जगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, राह में आए जो दीन दुखी, उसको गले से लगाते चलो, प्रेम की गंगा बहाते चलो. हरि बोल. राधे राधे. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear baby Radha Rani Lado. Happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna, dear Lado. Hare Krishna to you. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Radharani, we want a speech from you.
Jai Ho Rani.
Now do they end it or?
We end it.
Jai Ho. Jai Ho. Yes, Govind.
जय हो. Can you hear me? So बहुत सुंदर. अभी आप सबको आशीर्वाद दीजिए पुजारी देव.
जी, राधा रानी से यही प्रार्थना है कि राधा रानी के आशीर्वाद सब पर बने रहे, हमेशा कृपा करते रहे, और ये जो डिफिकल्टी समय चल रहा है कोरोना के पेंडेमिक, राधा रानी की कृपा से ये बहुत जल्दी खत्म हो जाए और सभी भक्त मंदिर में आए और हम एक साथ कीर्तन करें, नाचे गाए, प्रसाद ले. यही राधा रानी से प्रार्थना है.
Jai Ho. And Vidhu Prabhu, finally to all the viewers, if you can, thank them, and also thank you to you. You put so much effort into the seva for 2 or 3 days. And
thank you all for joining in. We had a few technical issues as always, but hope you don't look at those. See the wonderful program we had today, and we will close now. And hope to see you again very soon. Remember, we have a daily programs, aarti at 7:30, and then either japa or reading after the aarti at about 8ish, and then the Sunday program and Saturdays. We'll think about this week. Usually it's book club.
Yes.
Haribol.
Haribol, thank you.
Big thank you once again. to the team, Vidurani, Sachinandan Prabhu, Dinesh Prabhu, and Nilaben, who came here to put all this beautiful thing on. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And today's tech team, who are battling away. So well done to the tech team in the background. Shravan Prabhu, Al Prabhu, and Sudarshan Prabhu.
Jai Ho. Thank you so much. Okay. Raise your hands, everybody. Bolo. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. Badai ho, badai ho, badai ho. Hari bolo. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. Okay. ਭੈਣੋ ਤਾਂ ਭਰਾਵੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੋ.
संकीर्तन की गाड़ी आवे छे प्रभु जी.
I heard that song.